welcome to this week's video. This week we've got biceps. What we're going to do is, again, just like last week, we're going to hit 5 different exercises for your biceps, and we're going to go over the same things. Again, when I'm working out, my goal is a little bit lighter repetition, a little bit more of the squeeze and the feel in an exercise. But Matt, what do we got today for biceps?
Alright, so same thing with triceps. Now, biceps being bi, you have 2 heads, so we're different grips are going to work different areas of the biceps. So just doing one way or holding the bar one way is only going to elicit more of one head over the other. You can obviously you can't just use one head without the other, but one works one way a little bit better. So today we got dumbbell curls. We're going to go into preacher Cambered Bạr Curls, concentration curls. Both of those really emphasize it's almost impossible to cheat, so it's pretty much all biceps. What a lot of people do wrong when they're doing biceps is they use a lot of momentum. Instead of keeping all the tension on the biceps, they're using a lot of swing, a lot of momentum, and they're actually taking a lot of tension off the biceps. Right. We'll go into cable curls. The nice things about anything doing with cables, it keeps constant tension throughout the range of motion, where normally if you're doing a free weight exercise, depending on where you are in the range of motion, the tension will change. And then lastly, we'll finish with hammer curls. In between your biceps and your triceps, you have brachialis muscle, and the hammer curls really hit that, whereas the brachialis is still involved in any curl you do, but the hammers really emphasize the brachialis. So we want total development, obviously, and just like last time, the only muscles that grow and respond are the ones that you recruit during the workout. So we want to recruit every muscle fiber possible.
All right, guys, we'll see you in the gym. What's up, guys? Welcome. We got biceps. And first exercise to start off the day is going to be alternating dumbbell curls. And there's a lot of different variations to do this exercise with angles, with wrists, with if you curl and you supinate or not. That's what they call this movement. When you start here and you go here, it's called supination. There's a lot of different ways to do this one. You can just leave your arms out. It all depends on what head you're trying to hit. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to be doing them pretty much standard. So we're going to be starting to alternate one arm, curl it up, and go the whole time. And again, the biggest thing that we're trying to get here, guys, is a squeeze on the whole way, and we're focusing on the bicep all the way down to that negative contraction with the bicep is what a lot of people miss, and it really helps really build your biceps a lot quicker if you're doing it through the full range of motion, really showing control on biceps.
Yep, so full range of motion, you'll see a lot of people lifting way too heavy weight, and they're using total body momentum to lift the weight, and all that's going to end up doing is causing you joint pain. I mean, if you want some tendonitis in your elbows and your wrists, then go ahead, swing the weight around. But if you want bigger biceps, line the weight, really feel it. So full range of motion. Remember, you need full range of motion to be able to recruit all the muscle fibers. If you're only using partial range, you're only going to recruit some of the muscle fibers, and then you're going to only get half the gains you should be getting. So use full range of motion, really control it throughout the movement, tension on the muscle the whole time. So the only way you're going to get the tension is through the full range of motion. The thing I do a little bit differently than a lot of people, I'll actually do both arms at one time, which you'll see. By doing alternating dumbbell curls, you're actually giving your arms a little bit of rest between each set. So you're able to use a little bit more weight than you would if you were to do both of them at the same time. The one thing I'll do to increase the intensity is I'll do all the reps I can with both arms, and then I'll go into alternating, and that allows me to get a couple more reps.
It's a good idea. I'm actually going to switch to that after he said that. That's actually a really good idea, guys.
I'm glad I'm convincing. It also takes a lot less time to do your set. So if you're slow on time, or you don't have a lot of time, you need to get your workout in, say you have 30 minutes, then do it this way, which will cut down your gym time.
Remember, guys, the biggest thing that we're looking for here is results, right? We want quality over quantity. No one wants to sit in the gym for 3 hours a day. We want to get in, get our work done, and be able to go on with our day, but we still want to be healthy and active and make gains when we're in the gym. So we want to maximize our time. So these tips are really helpful. I never even had thought about what Matt just said until just now. It makes tons of sense. So this is, this is why I got him around. He's the brains of the operation. But again, as you can see, very nice and controlled. Elbows don't move. That's the biggest thing that I see with people who do bicep curls or dumbbell curls or barbell curls, doesn't matter, is you'll see a lot of and I'll show you, see a lot of this one. And where they're coming like this, they're using momentum and they're swinging. Now, if I wanted to do that, just to show you guys something of how ridiculous that is. These are 70-pound dumbbells, okay? No normal human being should be curling this amount, but if I use momentum,
Even makes it look easy.
see what I'm saying? I'm losing so much work by doing it that way, and I'm losing so much quality just to make myself feel better about myself. Again, I don't need to curl 70-pound dumbbells to gain size. These are 25s, and I felt way more of a pump than I did with 70s. So if you're doing it right, you're going to feel what you're trying to feel. Alright guys, this next exercise is Cambered Bạr Curls. Again, the Cambered Bār is just the bar with the different angles, and I'll show you when I pick it up. But this is, again, today for this one we're going to be using an inside grip, and Matt's going to kind of go over why we use that as well.
So what's nice about the Cambered Bār is, unlike a barbell, it doesn't fix you in this position. It puts you more in anatomical position. So anatomical position kind of can't see it very well, but if I were in anatomical position, it would kind of look like this. So it's a lot less stressful on your wrist. But now we're going inside grip, which is going to work more the outside head of the bicep, which is actually responsible for making it look round. So if all you ever did was just regular barbell curls, you wouldn't really be ever really solely really recruiting that outside head. So you are recruiting it, and you can't isolate one head over the other, but you can make one head work a little bit harder than the other. So make sure when you're doing biceps, you're changing your grips, changing the angles, and all those things are going to recruit different muscle fibers differently. So in order to kind of cover all your bases, make sure you're changing your grips and the angles and all that stuff.
Make sure I'm not in your view. Alright. Another thing, guys, is as you can see, with starting out the way that we did, this is only 50 pounds, okay? But it feels like it might as well be 150. And the reason is, it's again, the slow controlled form. You'll notice that the entire exercise, he's got the weight under control. His wrists are locked. He's keeping just pure tension on the bicep. That's all he's thinking the whole time, is flexing. And then, you got your contraction and everything else, and that's all he's doing, focusing on those things. It makes this exercise super, super easy, but it also really increases the value of this exercise as well.
I don't think he meant easy, I think he meant hard.
Guys, concentration curls are next. This is a really good isolator. A lot of people will finish with this exercise. Again, a good finishing exercise. Really gets the blood flowing. This is right in the middle of our workout, again, just trying to really deplete the muscle and then finish it off with the rest of the workout. But this is one of the cooler exercises. Again, a lot of variations on how you can do concentration curls. But Matt's going to go over that with you while I do these.
So this way really forces your biceps to do all the work. It's really funny though when you see people do these, they'll still try to cheat and their upper body's swinging all over the place. And if you notice, Aaron's only using 20 pounds. But with these, it's really important to really try to do some single arm type activities whenever possible. Because if all you ever do is say the barbell curls or even the cambered bar curls that we just finished with, if you have an imbalance between your arms, one arm might be doing more work than the other. So to really make sure you're balancing them out and that both arms are doing equal work, doing exercises like this are really important. So it's called the concentration curl. You're trying to concentrate on your biceps doing all the work, and it's isolating. So you notice there's no movement in Aaron's body. It's all bicep. So 20 pounds is actually a pretty good weight here. You'll see people do more, but they'll start rocking and really throwing their body into it. So if you're going to just throw your body into it, there's no point of doing a concentration curl. Might as well just do a dumbbell curl and cheat. You'll use more weight, and then you can just put more stress on your joints and not your muscles.
There we go. Again, guys, as you can see, and then a really interesting trick too that I've learned from watching some pros do this and everything else is, especially if you're in here by yourself, when you start doing these, if you feel like you're, maybe 1 or 2 reps, like he was saying, your arms can be different strengths. So if you're trying to get maybe a couple more reps out of your left arm, you can always use your other hand to kind of help yourself cheat a little bit without ruining your form. You can kind of pull back on it and just kind of give yourself a little bit of a help. I'll show you what I mean when I get on there. But it's really, really kind of don't get used to it because you don't want to learn how to cheat. You always want to do it the proper way. But yeah, just like you saw there, you're just on your last rep. You're trying to squeeze that last one out to match your other arm. It's okay to help do that.
So with these, you'll see on my next set, I'm actually going to drop down to 15s. With concentration, you might want to try to go a little bit more higher rep. If you go too heavy, you're going to end up cheating, and you're going to probably not feel your bicep working as much. So for me, 20 was a little heavy. I think you only got 8 or 9 reps. Right now, you're probably pretty fatigued anyways. So use a weight that you can at least get 10 reps on this exercise. As you can see, once you hit failure, if you want to get a couple extra reps, which is going to recruit even more muscle fibers, make your biceps work even harder, increase blood flow to that muscle, give yourself a couple assisted reps.
Again, the benefit of using cables is you get a little bit different feel than just a free weight. It actually can increase in difficulty as you're pulling the weight further away from the stack, which kind of actually will work a little bit different part of the bicep and will actually generate and kill some of those other fibers that we're trying to just absolutely punish right now. But it's a really, really nice exercise, and that'll really go with you.
So the benefit of cables is you get a constant tension. So whenever you do, if you're doing, say, a dumbbell curl, as you go up, it actually gets easier. Now with this, you have constant tension from the bottom to the top. So there's no easy part. Every rep is as hard as the other. So constant tension is what it's about for growing your muscles. So this is a good way to to finish. If you ever want to pre-exhaust before you do your other exercises, it's good pre-exhaust exercise as well. So on here we're going a little bit wider. In the previous grips we've gone inside. So now as we go a little bit wider, it's going to work more of the inside of your bicep. But here is actually more shoulder width. When you go shoulder width, when you go more of a neutral grip, you're going to more than likely hit both heads of the bicep equally.
Last exercise for our bicep sample workout for you today is going to be hammer curls. Hammer curls, one of my favorite exercises, kind of works the outside. You get a little bit of the forearm in there as well. It's just an overall nice finishing exercise, especially with the arm workout that we've already done. This will kind of cap everything that we've been doing. We've kind of given overall, this way we've kind of hit every single part of the bicep in quite a few different angles, so it'll give us a full pump and full growth that we can get out of it. Matt, go ahead.
So basically with the bicep workout, we've done different angles, different grips, different exercises. We've basically left no stone unturned. So with this exercise, it actually works your brachialis, which is actually, you can only really see it when you're very lean. You'll see competitive bodybuilders, but your brachialis is in between your bicep and your tricep. And like I said, it's kind of looks like a little bit of a bump. You only see it when you're really lean. You also work more the brachioradialis of your forearm as well. So you're kind of getting two things for one here. You're getting finishing off your biceps, and then you're also getting a good forearm workout as well. So with these, you actually are able to use a little bit more weight than you can do with traditional bicep curls, but make sure that you're not using swing. You'll see a lot of people throwing around 70s, 80s, even 100s, but it's all momentum. It's none of your bicep. You don't engage your bicep until you're halfway through the curl. So make sure you're using light enough weight that you're able to use good form.
This is another one of those exercises, guys, that you're gonna, again, if I wanted to, I could pick up 120-pound dumbbells and hammer curl them. It doesn't mean I'm doing it right. It doesn't mean I'm getting a full squeeze. The biggest thing with this is one of those kind of more advanced exercises that bodybuilders will do mainly. If you're just kind of starting out getting in shape, it is a good thing to hit this muscle group. But again, more of an advanced muscle to work, especially for what you're going to see out of it. Now, obviously, there is some secondary muscles working that you can watch while you're doing this, but this is more of an advanced exercise as far as when you get it right and you get the form right, you get to actually feel what you're working. It does take a little bit to get used to, but once you do, you're really going to tell what you're working, and you're really going to feel that pump go all the way through your arm.
If you're only picking one exercise, that's one of the things Aaron's trying to get at. If you're trying to pick one exercise, the hammer curl isn't going to be the one exercise. You're going to want to go towards more of a traditional barbell curl or dumbbell curl. This is more, like Aaron said, more of bodybuilders you will see doing this exercise. Not many just fitness people are really worried about, finishing off their brachialis and hitting their muscles from every single angle possible. Whereas you see bodybuilders who obviously want optimal muscle growth, know that it's required in order to get optimal muscle growth. You need to hit it from different angles. So put this in. You can do it at the beginning if you want. Most people throw it in at the end to really finish off the brachialis.
guys, that's going to do it for biceps this week. Again, I hope you watched the tricep video last week. Again, make sure that you're commenting, letting us know how you're improving. And again, thank you for watching this one. Matt, you got anything else before we go?
No, just remember, I mean, we've kind of beat it on the head throughout the videos, but you need to train for your goals. So whatever your goals may be, train smart for your goals. Use full range of motion on every exercise. Vary the grips, vary the intensity. There's so many things that you can do. But remember, just train smart, don't train with your ego.
Last thing, as always, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Head on over to Facebook. Check out Lakeshore Elite Fitness. He's got his boot camp. By the time this video comes out, his boot camp will already be a weekend going strong. Should be a really good time. We're excited to see what he's got going through there. As always, you can go to Facebook and visit Powerhouse Grand Haven. We got Lakeshore Elite Fitness, and we'll see you in the next one.